Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. This look today is gonna be more of a fall glittery cut crease inspired look. Crazy to me to know that we're already selling Halloween candy and it's just about to be September. I figured let me just get this fall look coming in there just so that if you guys are looking for inspiration or you have, you know, a darker look you're looking for, I wanted to get that out there. If you want to see how I got this look, keep on watching. So I went ahead and filled my brows and primed my eyes with a concealer. I did use the NARS Radiant Concealer and a little bit of airspun to set the concealer into place. So when I do a cut crease, I really look for a brush that's gonna help me shape the crease itself. So this is my favorite crease brush. I did get this in a set from Sephora. I don't know if they have it anymore, but it pretty much is a blending crease brush that has kind of like that little dome shape, and it honestly just makes shaping the crease so much easier. To start off, I'm gonna take my Huda Beauty original palette in the shade Sandalwood. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and kind of mimic a cut crease with this shadow just so that I can start getting that shape down. So I'm pretty much gonna go from the inner part of my eye and kind of help drag it and flow in kind of like a winged, almost like a winged liner motion. This is really just gonna help when we go in to actually cut the crease. The shape is kind of already there.
I find when I use this windshield wiper motion, everything just goes in one direction and it just becomes very nice and even.
Once you set that shape, I'm gonna actually go ahead with the same palette and take the shade Man Eater, which is this nice pretty red color, and that's what's gonna start creating kind of the fall vibe. I am gonna take a nice shader brush from Sephora collection. This is the brush number 18, just on there to get a really nice precise shape, so then when we blend out the red, it's a nice blend. It's a nice gradient, if anything. So once you kind of have this going, I know it kind of looks wild, but don't worry, it definitely gets better as you go. I'm gonna just continue to dip my brush in that shadow to kind of intensify it, because the closer the intensity towards where you're gonna cut it, the better it's going to look. Notice how I actually am doing it above my eye crease, well, my crease. I don't really have the most visible crease, so sometimes I do have to mimic it. So I pretty much go a little bit higher than I would and just drag it out. After that, you're just gonna go ahead and blend it out so it's not just super solid. Unless that's the look you're going for, that's totally fine. Sometimes I like to blend it out so it softens it, and it definitely ends up being a little bit more cleaner in my opinion, and it all comes together. One thing to keep in mind is that you're blending it upwards and not downwards. Even if you do, that's fine, because you're gonna clean it up when you actually cut the crease. But I like to make sure that most of the pigment is going upwards so that you don't lose any of the drama. I'm gonna actually go ahead with a little bit of Sandalwood just to soften up the upper part. So when you do a cut crease, you want it to go smoothly. Using a concealer that has a little bit more movement can definitely help. I actually don't opt for those. I actually go for the tackier ones. I just feel like the thickness kind of helps me keep it sturdy. I'm actually gonna use the Tarte Creaseless Concealer in the shade Deep with a Real Techniques detail brush. Now, brushes are definitely important when it comes to a cut crease. This detail brush just makes it easier because it's a smaller dome shaped brush. It just helps me with my placement, so when I drag the concealer, it just goes on a lot smoother. So I am just gonna take the detail brush and kind of go onto the actual concealer brush itself and grab some product. So placement is definitely key. So I do start off at the inner corner, and if you go in a little nervous, it definitely will work. I find just going for it just works. I'm just gonna go in there and just create that swooping motion. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get that concealer a little lower And then definitely if you need to intensify that, just go in and do the same thing and definitely intensify the cut itself. Patience is key, you guys. I am gonna be honest, I didn't get a cut crease the very first time I did it, but definitely finding the right tools makes the biggest difference. To set this look, I am gonna take a nice little eyeshadow brush and dip it into my airspun and just put that right on top of the concealer to set it into place. So once you set your cut crease, you can get as experimental and fun as you want. A lot of times I like to do glitter cut crease where I just add glitter just to where the shadow meets the concealer. Today I think I'm just gonna add one of my favorite products of all time, the Stila Magnificent Foils. If you don't have these, you need to get them. So I'm gonna go ahead with the shade Kitten Karma. I just found out that they're mostly dried out, so we'll see what we can get. Once I've gotten that on there, I will go ahead and do a winged liner. I'm actually gonna head off and do the other eye off camera, and I will be right back. So I got the other eye on. To line my eyes, I'm gonna use the Fenty flyliner. This has become my favorite eyeliner. It goes on so smooth, and I feel like the brush itself is pretty nice and long, so you can definitely elongate wings if you have to. So before I apply my lashes, I just kind of go ahead and start my foundation. For foundation, I'm gonna be using my Lancome Teint Dull foundation. It is my go-to foundation, and I pretty much apply it everywhere, a little bit all over, and then I go in with a damp beauty blender and I blend that out. After foundation, I'm gonna go back with the concealer I used to cut my crease, the Tarte Creaseless Concealer in the shade Deep. I'm gonna take my damp beauty blender and blend this all out. I am going to contour with my Fenty matchstick in the shade Espresso. I am going to go in with a little bit of a bronzer to warm up my face a little bit. I'm using the Anastasia Powder Bronzer in Mahogany and just warm up my face while the powder's just setting. I'm going to go ahead and highlight my face. I'm going to go ahead and use two highlighters for this look today. One I've had for years and it's it's just a classic. It's the MAC Gold Deposit. It has the nice goldy sparkles to it, so I do like to use this for more of a dewier, warmer look because it just brings everything together. The second highlighter I'm going to use is my favorite right now, is the Anastasia Amorisi. I'm just going to pop that right on top. With Gold Deposit being more of a kind of a glittery highlighter, this is more of a shimmery, so the two together just makes a beautiful blend. To intensify and smoke out this eye look, I'm going to go back into the Huda Beauty palette with my little shader brush, and I'm going to mix Man Eater and Cocoa together just to go under my lash line. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply my lashes off camera and I will be right back. I went ahead and put my lashes on. I am wearing Mykonos, the Lily Lashes x Sephora collection. They're my favorite. They're super, super out there and I absolutely love lashes like that. I did go ahead and apply a little bit more of Amarazzi on the tip of my nose, my cheekbones, and my eyebrows as well.
I did go in with Fenty lipstick in the shade Spanked to complete this look. And there you guys have it, my complete fall glitter cut crease look. If you like what you saw, you can definitely subscribe and follow me on Instagram at Beautyedgeellie. Bye guys!